All right, guys, congratulations. You've made it through the innovation and venture creation process. Now you get to sit on the other side of the table and see the world from an investor's perspective. Upon completing this unit, you should be able to do the following. 1. Apply the learning objectives from Units 1 through 6 to identify key areas of risk in the innovation and commercialization strategy and plan for a startup biomedical venture. 2. Analyze key areas of risk in a startup biomedical venture. 3. Develop feedback for startup biomedical ventures that can be used to improve product strategy, plans, and communication. And 4. Construct an argument explaining why a venture's target investor persona should or shouldn't invest in a specific biomedical venture. Throughout the course, you've been developing your biomedical innovation and venture creation summary, but that was only the first part of the project. The second part is evaluating someone else's biomedical summary. This process is similar to those used by grant, debt, and equity funding sources we've reviewed early in the course. Sitting on the other side of the table will help you understand what prospective investors or their advisors are looking for and how they compare investment opportunities against each other. A few words about grading procedure here. You will receive up to 183 points for completing your biomedical innovation and venture creation summary, part 1 of this course project. You'll also receive up to 75 points for your review, evaluation, and analysis, which is part 2 of the project. To complete the second part of this project, I'll send you a summary from one of your fellow classmates. Your assignment is to review, evaluate, and analyze the summary using the provided scoring rubric. The rubric is a spreadsheet that contains all of the sections of the summary with boxes to score each section. The rubric also has formulas built in to score the summary. Note that you'll be scoring the biomedical innovation and venture creation summary assigned to you, but you will also be scored on your review, evaluation, and analysis of that summary with up to 25 points for each of those 3 sections. The next several slides will help prepare you. First, you'll need to make sure that the summary is complete. The summary is like a puzzle, so if any of the pieces are missing, it's going to be difficult to understand what the picture is. To perform the review, check each of the 61 items across all 12 sections of the summary to ensure they are complete. Each item is either complete or incomplete. For each complete item, you can score 1.5 points in the column labeled complete in the rubric. Each incomplete item should be scored with a 0 under that same column labeled complete. The maximum allowable score for this section is 91.5 points. Once you've determined that all or enough of the puzzle pieces are in place, you can move on to the second step of evaluating for understanding. You can review each item and the question in the evaluation column to understand it individually and also review the section to understand it. There are 12 additional items to evaluate in this step, so 73 items total. As each section header also has a question for you to answer, the scoring process is similar to the completeness scoring. In that score, you'll give a 1.5 or a 0 for each item. But instead of evaluating for completeness, you are generally evaluating your understanding of their response. Accordingly, you'll score 1.5 points for understood and 0 if you did not understand the responses. There are a few items where you'll be checking their calculations. If you do not clearly understand an item or section, provide 1, 2, or 3 sentences of feedback for each item. The goal of the feedback for you is to share information so that the founder can use it to improve their summary, not to criticize. Other than the few calculations, none of these answers are clearly right or wrong. Also, in this section, we're not making a judgment about whether their idea, strategy, or plan will work. Remember, we're just trying to understand what they are communicating. Communication is an imperfect thing, and sometimes the message received is not the message we intend to deliver. So sharing your interpretations might be helpful insight for the founders to understand how their messages are or aren't being received. Third and finally, this is the section where you can make 2 determinations. First, do you believe this is a viable venture? Why or why not? Second, do you believe that the targeted investors will invest? Why or why not? Once you've answered both questions, explain your determination in a minimum of 100 and a maximum of 350 words.